People ask me what I mean by inductive in the title of my book. The happiest book I ever read is The Revelation of Jesus Christ, Inductive Reading for Then and Now. That's a good question. I'm going to tell you a couple things that I do not mean, and then we'll talk about what I do mean. I do not mean a popular way of putting myself in the story and then looking around and gathering what I see. I do not mean emptying my mind of what is there, of what I know. I do not minimize the importance of deduction. I need it. I do not take any piece of my reading just any way I want. I do not minimize the importance of logic. Some people might confuse my word inductive for intuitive and think that all I'm doing is just listening to my own intuition. This is not a new interpretation. So let's find out what it is. Inductive reading, as I've used it in the writing of my book, the happiest book I ever read, is The Revelation of Jesus Christ, Inductive Reading for Then and Now. You see, for me, that means that I'm going to shelve the lists of definitions that I have collected over the years, and I'm going to try to let those definitions rise out of my reading. Again, it means that I'm going to look for the big picture. I'm going to reread so that once I got the big picture from the first reading, now when I read again, the parts of it fit into the big picture. I'm going to read, reread, and reread. Inductive reading means I'm going to put my observational skills on full alert for all sorts of alongside speech, figures of speech, parables, exaggerations, all sorts of things I'm going to find there. I'm going to put my observations wide open to gather much material through many readings. And I'm going to avoid speaking with a deductive assurance or a dogmatic, this is the way it is, because I want to stay open and allow others in my teaching to stay open to all sorts of ideas that might come in their own inductive reading. In my book, I wrote lessons that I have learned and summaries that I have learned from my own inductive reading. Now, because I have studied quite a bit, I can't go back without all the study and read for the first time. But I think that's what I'm aiming for, a simple reading of the text as if it was the first time. You can read that way. And the stories I write are about people who have read that way. Some people say, well, you must be an idealist, refusing any tangible or defined reason for the symbols. I'm not resisting all the interpretations that have come before. In fact, I build on previous interpretations. So the book is big about lessons for my life today, for your life today. It is not a new interpretation. It is just a way of reading the older interpretations so that they speak to my life situations for today. I think you might enjoy it that way too. This is the happiest book I ever read, is The Revelation of Jesus Christ, Inductive Reading for Then and Now. It's available at Amazon.com. See you there.